Hello, I'm Richard Hosnell, and I'm your host for the Wisdom Inspired Life podcast and this YouTube channel. Great to have you back. If you'd like to email me, you can email me at richardwib@gmail.com. The address is on the screen. Always love hearing from listeners. Well, before we get into today's episode, we've got lots of playlists on the channel, just to let you know, and one of them is the Jose Stevens playlist. Jose Stevens is a remarkable person. He has a PhD in psychology. He's a trained shaman, and he is a channel to the astral plane. Not many people can put all three of those together. Got some great topics there. I'm sure there's one that just might interest you, so check it out. Well, in this episode, I'm doing the Ageless Wisdom series, for which there is also a playlist. This particular series is drawn from 24 volumes of the highest esoteric wisdom from the enlightened Tibetan master Zhao Kul, who, through mental telepathy, delivered the books to Alice Bailey, an American citizen living in places like Monterey, California. The 24th volumes and 10,000 pages is not an easy read, for sure. I can say that firsthand experience, having read all of it. There is a compendium volume that I'm using for these episodes called Ponder on This, which takes short excerpts on particular topics to give you a quick insight into some of those topics, and that's what I'm sharing with you here. So, in this particular episode, I'm talking about natural cycles. Something you're probably not aware of. You're probably in natural cycles, if you live near the ocean, of high tide and low tide, and full moon and new moon and all that sort of stuff. But it's maybe more than that. So let's see what the Ageless Wisdom has to say. The soul's meditation is rhythmic and cyclic in its nature, as is all else in the cosmos. The soul breathes, and its form lives thereby. There is an ebb and flow in all nature, and in the tides of the ocean, we have a wonderful picturing of an eternal law. As the aspirant, namely somebody on a spiritual journey, adjusts himself or herself to the tides of the soul life, he or she begins to realize that there is ever a flowing in, a vitalizing, and a stimulating, which is followed by a flowing out, as sure and as inevitable as the immutable laws of force. The ebb and flow can be seen functioning in the process of death and incarnation. Another way of saying natural cycles are a natural part of existence as a human. Continuing. The ebb and flow of daily life during a particular incarnation will also demonstrate its interludes, and these the aspirant needs to learn to recognize and to utilize. He has to register the distinction between intense outgoing activity, periods of withdrawal, and interludes wherein the outer life seems static and free from active interest. This he or she must do if he is to avail himself fully of the opportunity which life experience is intended to furnish. Okay? I'll give you a little example here. Being aware of the ebbs and flows is very important. If you went down to a beach at low tide, thinking, I'll build a sandcastle down 10 feet from the water, only to realize that the ebb and flow brought the tide in and wiped your sandcastle out, maybe you could have been more in tune with the ebb and flow and your sandcastle might have lasted a little bit longer. A very simplistic example, but applying it to life, knowing where you are in the ebb and flow of life will help you actually then start to live more of a wisdom-inspired life because you're living in sync with these natural cycles. Okay? If you want to learn more, just visit mywisdominspiredlife.com. You can listen to the podcast there. As you know by now, I am on a journey to try and help people around the world live a more wisdom-inspired life. Thank you for being part of that journey today, and I look forward to continuing this journey with you.